All right, more baseball talk. I know everyone loves it, right? Everyone's all excited and happy. Uh, so actually, I always wanted to watch a documentary and review it on this channel about Miguel. Remember Miguel Sano for the Twins, third
Yeah.
baseman?
Oh yeah.
There was a whole documentary of following like his whole development. Where's he from again? Is he Dominican
Yeah,
or is it Cuban?
he's Haitian, bro.
Haitian? Wherever the fuck he's from, bro.
But you know what I mean? Like well, I don't know if he was born there or born here. It's like whatever. Like they might say he's Haitian, but I mean,
Okay.
if he was here his whole life, like who the fuck, man?
I
I
think
mean,
I think I
yeah,
think
like
he went through the system because but he was the centerpiece around that documentary. I have to watch it again just because I have more understanding now than I did then when I first watched it. But that may relate to the topic we're about to go over right here. From foul territory, guys who can't get over that baseball is just terrible right now. They can't get over it yet. But hey,
nah.
maybe they cover something because the only thing they're covering is baseball. So maybe something interesting pops up, right? Maybe something like this. Who's this guy in the middle? Who's that? Looks familiar.
That's Todd Frazier, bro. You played him.
That's Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
He looks like skinnier in the face or something, bro. I don't know. Well, whatever. Uh,
I just hope this is the right fucking clip. Yeah.
yeah, I hope it is.
uh,
Hey, listen, we do things off the cuff here. All right, so let's hear about management and talent development issues particularly involving the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? But this might be a league-wide thing possibly happening. I'm curious. So
We'll see.
here we go. Why is that so fucking quiet? This fucking volume's all the way down. All right, watch your ears.
I saw it. It was terrific. Yeah, it was a terrific show. Yeah, Neil let it all out, which is not very Neil-like. I saw it, and for when you look at Cleveland and you look at the guys they're bringing up one after another, Latin American guy, here comes a Dominican, here comes a Venezuelan. You look at the
Bruh,
Pirates lineup. You know how many guys they've had.
that shit sound like props off rep, bro. That sound like fucking props right there. Like, think of what they got there. They got Japan. They got Dominican. They got Puerto Rican. They got like he's talking about like shoes or some shit. He's talking about people,
Yeah.
bro. He's talking
Yeah, he's
about
talking about they shoes, but yeah.
he's talking about commodities, but they're
Yes.
human beings. Crazy. All right, here we go.
Look at Cleveland and you look at the guys they're bringing up one after another. Latin American guy, here comes a Dominican, here comes a Venezuelan. You look at the Pirates lineup. You know how many guys they've had come out of Latin America that have made an impact in the last 10 years? I'll give you a hint. He's still playing and he's really good. Starling Marte.
O'Neal
That's
Cruz?
it.
Oh, well, where's Cruz from?
Cruz came from the Dodgers system. That
Oh,
was
right. That's true.
I'm talking about
Trade.
guys they got. They traded,
Yep.
the Pirates traded Tony Watson to LA for him. Starling came, I actually met him as an 18-year-old down there. I went down there to do a story. Wow, look at this kid. You can tell right away. I mean, he's had the whole athletic build and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. In 10 years. I'll say it again, the franchise of Clemente. You can't walk around anywhere in Latin America without seeing Pirates hats. You guys know that. Am I right?
Dan, I
You're
can't
definitely wrong,
keep you
dude.
on for.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm like,
Shit ain't hitting like he used to, bro. Telling you.
I mean, but it sounds like a fucking auction. Like they're all over. Look, they're crawling with it. Look at this island. They're all over the place. Look at them. They're right there. See, right there.
He's like, oh, he's muscular. He's like, yo, what's good as dude?
What was it? This guy was a scout. You said he was a scout or a journalist?
This guy's a weasel ass writer in Pittsburgh that covered the team.
He's out here walking around islands and
This
shit,
guy,
salivating on
yeah.
his own shoes and shit, dripping, drooling.
Yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Nah, this
Get
guy
them.
actually has one of the best jobs in the world. He doesn't have to do shit to cover sport. I mean, that's
And
you
guess
got it
what?
right. You got it right.
And guess what? He can typo. He can get stories wrong. No one care. No one will know. No one will
It's the
care either.
Pirates. It's the Pirates.
It's baseball, And then it's the
Yeah,
Pirates
that's what
after
I
that.
mean,
It
bro.
gets
That's what I mean. Like,
doubly
yo,
worse.
baseball's bad enough, and then you're the Pirates inside base. That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
All right, here we go.
3 hours here because there's so much being in the organization and also being part of players union that I saw. You're talking about not building up the DR. Like they put of that BAM money they put this huge, beautiful campus down there so they could build Dominican Republic system that would just pump out craters, and they get no.
They also used to do that with college kids. They'd buy big. He almost sounds like Trump. Big, beautiful stadiums and arenas and basketball courts and football field, like beautiful facilities for these players that get paid nothing. And if they don't make it, they get nothing.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yo, at least
we make billions either way. They stay, they go. We make billions.
like look at their baseball facility. Let's go to their houses though. How are they living? How are they living? Are they good? What's going on? Do these guys know that, or all they see is the nice trimmed, outfield, perfectly trimmed or whatever, perfectly trimmed grass, and beautiful dugouts, beautiful seats for scouts to sit their asses in and hold radar guns up for? Like, what are we talking about here? Once again, well, I'm not trying to call this guy an asshole. It's just like he might just not be thinking about it in a bigger picture type of way. He might just be simply looking at like baseball talent. You need to be like getting all these kids out there. Like, what happens to the kids that don't make it? Is it worth their time if it fails? Maybe it is. Who knows? Maybe they get $1,000 here or $2K over there, or if you're really good, maybe $15,000 signing bonus or some shit like that, where you feel like you're like, damn, I made it. But if you twist your knee, if you fucking Juju Watson out there, you twist your fucking knee up and shit. Like, well, sorry.
Yeah, you're fucked. You blow your elbow out, which probably happens with quite a few of them.
And apparently now in politics, if you try to come over here to play baseball, you might risk deportation.
No, you need the $5 million green card, the gold
there you
card.
go. Yeah, you need the Trump gold card to get over here.
You got to pass to stay in. We only give you the good ones. If you pay me, you're the good one.
We'll take all the talent. It's all ours. All right, here we go.
Zero players
out of it. That's
Zero.
it.
Not an exaggeration. 0 players from there. Okay, the one who's in the majors right now, other than Marte, I should be respectful here, is Luis Ortiz.
But, sorry to pause again, but like, if you think about it, like realistically, the MLB should be fostering professional leagues in all these countries, bro. Like, foster them. Like, get them built up to where these guys can be sustainable in their own countries and shit like that. But also, if they're big enough talents, right? You bring we just saw it with Japan, right? When one of their stars makes its way over here, right? Now he's big headlines over in there, bro. Now you're gonna have kids from Cuba or I'm sure that happens already somewhat. Like they have heroes and favorite players and all that shit. But like really foster it to where it's like it looks like like a straight up international professional fucking league. I know they have summer leagues and not summer leagues, winter leagues and all that shit. I've played against guys that have done all that shit. In Cuba, they travel around. They play for this fucking independent league or that. Like this, that happens for sure. But it's like, how much does the MLB have its hands on it other than some sort of plantation looking shit? Like, are they actually embedded in the whole world there of that?
Bro,
of baseball?
they should have a professional league in the DR, in Puerto Rico, Venezuela. They should have it in all those countries, bro. In Colombia.
By Hall of Famers alone.
Curacao. What happened?
By Hall of Famers alone, they should have professional leagues all over these fucking places.
Yeah.
Like, where are all these great players? They all come. Wait a minute, they're all from this area. Like, what the fuck? We should be fostering the fuck out of this. It's crazy, man. But
you can't do it the whole world, but just there, like, y'all should have definitely.
They could do it everywhere, Ant. They could.
Yeah.
Like, get them the building blocks. Maybe donate some stadiums and baseballs and shit. Like, get it started, and then, like, after a while, it'll start becoming like self-sustaining. Because guess what? If these motherfuckers love baseball already, like, there you go. Like, their own people will show up to watch them play. And then if you get like they're gonna bring talent to the Major League Baseball to where it's like, yo, we're watching future stars. We're watching potential stars from our country, where we're at, in our stadiums, in our league, that we're gonna see them go over there someday, and we're gonna go fucking apeshit for it. We're gonna see our Luca end up in Major League Baseball and go fucking apeshit over there. We're gonna see our own Joker or Dirk Nowitzki or one of these guys, right? Yao
Yeah,
Ming. We're gonna see one of our stars end up over there in the big leagues and start killing shit. Like,
they
and
could even be smarter, bro. They should have put like a little league, like a real little league in each. Like you wanna be smaller in scope. They should have done that shit. Cause then
they
at
smoke
least
everybody, bro.
no, I'm saying a little league of their own
Yeah,
in their own countries. Like yes, do like a little, that shit would cost way less money, and you'd actually have like a reason to have all those kids around and shit. Like all right,
yeah,
we're gonna like that's what fucking that's the FIFA does. That's what the Barcelona does. That's what all those countries do. That's how they found Messi. That's how they found fucking Ronaldinho. That's how they find these fuckers, bro. They've been in the system for years, putting in work.
nah, bro. Let's just build statues all in Japan. Major League funded statues in Japan only.
Well, that's the thing. Japan got their own. Japan did it without us.
Exactly. They
Without
fostered their own shit.
like the NBA does. The NBA got that shit going on. The basketball. There's all these basketball leagues that are not are not being funded. The WNBA is being funded by the NBA. I mean, like, they might give them something, but it's nothing substantial. These
Yeah,
leagues, and that's where the fuck did Luca come from? Real Madrid, and fucking they have a professional league in Europe of
yeah,
basketball,
yeah.
but they don't have one for baseball. And that's
Why would you?
basically, and they would agree like yeah we need a league, but they don't want to pay, so the NBA doesn't have to pay.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's different though. Like bats aren't easy, readily available. Gloves are definitely not readily available. Good gloves.
That's why you
That's
foster it. And then you have a new market
well,
for
that's what I'm
gloves
saying.
and unis and
Yeah,
hats
that's
and
what I'm
shit.
saying. You gotta set it in motion at least. But
Are they fucking stupid, Anthony? Are these fucking dumb fucks running MLB, like Major League Baseball right now? I think they're fucking dumb fucks. Our imagination on a random YouTube video could imagine possibilities of like actually working towards that instead of working towards fucking slave labor, where it's gonna get exposed one day. And people are like, "Yo, fuck you for doing that." That's what's gonna happen. Another scandal
you
in
know what the
baseball.
funny? You know what the
Jesus.
funniest shit is? These guys getting mad at players and say they're all younger than they are. That's the fun. That's the most ironic shit I've ever seen, bro. Like yo, dudes like these guys, like yeah, like yo, they're talking about they've been saying that about Juan Soto. Like yo, Juan Soto, he's 35 or some shit. He's not 27. He's 32 or something. And they were saying, yo, you know the Yankee guys we watch, right?
Yeah.
The Italian dude, he's like, yo, Jason Dominguez parents, they don't play. They made him do a bone graft test. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
yo, these dudes are crazy, son. Yo, they don't play. They did that shit so we can know how old he was. These guys are fucking insane. Like, yo, they don't understand how memeable, like, yo, how cringe they are, bro. When they say shit like that, bro.
I'm wrecked, bro.
Like they're literally like, they're they're like they're like berating the player because they 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 said they were 22, they were 14, and they were really 17. And it's like yo, you guys, if only you knew what the teams have done.
Everyone Soriano, aged 3 years and 1 year. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck happened?
sorry, Adam's older, bro. Sorry.
But all right. Like, listen, let's be real. These guys, I think they're just baseball dick. They want to kind of work for the MLB, kind of in a way. If they don't already.
Yeah, they all
So
do. Brzezinski works for the MLB. They all work.
yeah, yeah. So they're not gonna fucking say anything like until it's a major thing, which is just not gonna happen anytime soon, in my
Nah, but
opinion.
my thing is how these guys think and shit. Where it's like, yo, How come these problems don't exist in the NBA or hockey? These problems do not exist in those leagues.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. It's like either those countries themselves that these players come from internationally, like they take shit seriously enough to make it organized and make it like a mutual thing
Yeah.
where players are getting better and getting notoriety while someone's making a buck off it and keeping the lights on. Where in the deal, they got them in jungles and shit, and fucking safe houses, yo. They got Denzel Washington with them and shit.
He's crawling through the jungle and shit, looking for players. Damn. So what's that? What's that pitch called? It's called Blue Magic. Oh, it's Denzel with the Vietnam gear on, the fucking bucket hat. He's chopping branches down, walking. Some motherfuckers showing 103 miles an hour and shit. They found it.
He like, we can use him. Yeah, Denzel gonna be like, all right.
My man. All right. Actually, 1 second. 1 second. All right, my bad. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Let's continue.
That would just pump out craters, and they get
Zero
no players
players.
out of it. That's
Zero.
it.
Not an exaggeration. 0 players from there. Okay. The one who's in the majors right now, other than Marte, I should be respectful here, is Luis Ortiz, who they just he's now in Cleveland as part of that.
They just
that
shipped
trade.
him out.
Cleveland.
Oh, they did?
The pitch.
He'll be an ace this year.
Yeah, because Cleveland wanted a starting pitcher, which they've been elite with producing, starting pitching, and so they're like, oh, well, here's one from the Pirates organization that we could just poach.
Yeah, this is a good point, Dan.
Like
we got to jump because we're keeping Kenny Ballgame.
Every team's a poacher except for
this was awesome. Really appreciate this, and also the point too is for everyone that's watching and listening right now. You can get the article. You don't have to pay anything for it. Go online and check out this article and give it a good read. But the last point, we're not asking them to be the Dodgers. We're asking them to be the Guardians. That's what we're really learning here too. Is it's not impossible to do this, and even the Guardians, you can definitely pick at things there too.
Sure.
But the fact that, the Guardians, we say, hey, they should push chips in a little more when they're here, ALCS here. Pirates.
Wait. So the whole idea is to keep up with the big market teams by poaching children. Poaching children from other countries. Yeah. I'm fucking wrecked, bro. This is like, baseball has always been cruddy and corrupt and sleazy. Like that was part of the shininess of it, though, was how dirty the sport is. This is just goddamn slavery, dude. It's borderline slavery. It's like, yo, there's a good buck right there. Why are we getting him, bro? How come we're not getting him on our team? It's like, forget about the Dodgers. You have all this talent right here in the jungles. It's like, what?
Well, bro, it's the fact that these guys are either one naive or two lying or downplaying what happens to these fucking kids. Even when shit goes well, man, that's just not a smooth ride at all, bro. You
No.
gotta kill yourself. Yeah, you gotta kill yourself just to get there, man. You're a pitcher, bro. That's why these guys be fucking flaming out, bro. There's no you're not culture building with them. It's almost like they gotta do that on their own, and then they'll probably be all right. But that's not a guarantee, and you don't know where you gotta meet people. You gotta see where they're at when you fucking pick them up and shit. Like I remember Teddy Atlas. I'm talking about Tyson. Like when they picked him up, he was very weak. he was strong but weak at the same time. Like yeah, like you pick up people like that, like you don't know what they've been going through.
Yeah. And then you try to mold them into whatever the fuck
Yeah,
you want for a sport, for a commodity.
but I think in boxing it would be like they show way more. Even if it's tough love, they'll show more love. Like they'll show more dedication.
Yeah, because
Whereas
you can't just find a Mike Tyson anywhere. Meanwhile,
yeah,
if this place or that place is pumping out talent all over like natural talent all over the place,
yeah, they're not. They kind of have like a little system
and you pay
to
them
like
relative peanuts to get them, like yeah, it's a
yeah.
fucking gold mine essentially. And it's just baseball is just so fucking trash, dude. On every level, you guys are just fucking garbage. Actually,
Yo, click on this next video, bro. Click on this next video. It's short. That I
what's
sent you.
let me see.
The Braves look good, man. The Braves look good on this chart.
They always look
Yeah.
good, you know. We're amazing. Not like the Mets amazing. We're like actually amazing.
This is the best.
So
Here's Brody Brazil. It is officially that time of the base.
I hate your name already.
Yeah, he's
Brody Brazil. Shoot
his
him.
name is crazy. His name is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Baseball offseason where you can look at your favorite team and wonder, how much money exactly were you planning on spending on this upcoming year's payroll? And because of it, how many games precisely were you planning on winning? Now, I'm one that's here to say, and I'll make this very clear, winning and spending do not always go hand in hand. It's not a direct relationship. There is a correlation here, which we're about to spell out very clearly. But winning and spending aren't always guarantees for each other, if that makes sense. And let me just show you right from the start here what exactly is going on with this graph. By the way, thanks to Brooksgate for putting this together. We've got total wins from 2020 to 2024 on the left, so more wins at the top, and then total spending
We're kind of up there
from
in
left
spending.
to right. So obviously, more
You're up
winning,
there, but
more
it's not
spending,
great.
and look who's top right, way up there,
And
of course,
we've
the Los
built
Angeles
stars.
Dodgers. And that
The Padres and Phillies.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are tied with you, and look where they are in wins. Look where you are in wins.
But I mean, our spending's like fucking people we grew.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, your spending is all in house.
Like our stars are players we drafted or developed or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, or creepy, creepy. What you call it? Fucking plantation owning shit.
These fuckers too. The Dodgers too, bro. The Dodgers, they that's how they built their team, though. They bought fuckers, but they also had a lot of in-house talent.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
That's where we're going to begin with this conversation. I realize there's a lot of people who are angry at the Dodgers for being all the way up there and out there. But I mean, look at the Mets. Actually, the Mets spend more than the Dodgers, and they're basically right on the league average of how many wins these teams have had from 2020 through the 2020.
Well, the Mets suck ass. They're terrible. They've always been terrible. They're a terrible franchise. Their team uniform colors are fucking terrible. Their location, terrible. The history, terrible. Announcing team, terrible. Everything about the Mets is fucking horrid. It's actually like, it's almost as bad as Philly. Anyways, here we go.
24 baseball season. There's no exact science. My point is that is not a guarantee. And the way the Dodgers are doing it, by deferring money, nobody loves that. The fact that they keep getting free agent after free agent, huge signing after huge signing, it's basically contagious and they're printing money, but they are doing this. They are spending money and winning games. And because they're winning games, they can spend more money in sponsors and advertising and all that stuff. But look, there are some other successful teams out here in this different realm. So again, they are kind of in a different spot right now, but the Dodgers, wow, in terms of winning and spending, they're kind of on a different planet. But let me showcase this, and it proves the point here that winning and spending There is a correlation, but it doesn't always work out maybe how you expect or plan. Look at the Rays. Look at the Yankees. In terms of spending, the Rays are there. They're sub 600 million, and the Yankees are what, 1.3 billion? So basically twice as much.
Okay, this is a nice little premise he's trying to come up with, but I'm sorry, I don't fucking buy it. Because if Yankees, let's say they spend a shit ton of money on a shortstop, right? And the shortstop fucking fails. Guess what? They can just get another one. The other team has to wait 10 years to develop a fucking shortstop or
Well, that's what happened to
sign a
Tampa Bay
veteran for
right
cheap.
now. That's what happened to Tampa Bay with Wander Franco. They gave him 125 million, and then he got caught with a minor chick in DR, and he basically got kicked out the league. But they still owe him the money, and he's still trying to get his money back. They're still fighting over that money,
What this guy should do?
and that shit set him back. They haven't recovered yet.
Yeah. I mean, once again, I truly believe, like, especially teams with like the Yankees I've seen and the Mets, I guess even the Dodgers and Phillies. San Diego's kind of recent, right? With their
And they're
spending.
broke now. So yeah, this is the highest they'll ever be on spending.
Historically, yeah, I'm used to the Cubs a bit, not as much, but the Red
Red
Sox
Sox
for sure.
going up. The
For
Red Sox
sure.
are going to start climbing up.
Yeah,
Spending.
it's the idea of being able. Once again, the winning. I think it's maybe because of the idea of like team chemistry type of thing, or because when the Yankees were the best, it was a bunch of people they grew up or were like free agent signees that weren't like, you know, Jason Giambi, Alex Rodriguez, this guy, that guy, this like superstar,
David Cone. Yeah, it's like dudes like that. Where it's not.
It's like veteran guys who are
Even
good.
Even Clemens, they got on the cheap.
Yeah, they were veteran guys that were also they were pretty good for sure. But the core, where they had things like Bernie and Jeter and Posada, like O'Neill was another signee from Cincinnati, or trade maybe from Cincinnati Reds.
So.
But they weren't like it was like a chemistry
Well,
thing they had going on. Yeah. But
not Prince Fielder, Cecil Fielder.
that's going way back. Kinda.
Nah, he was there in '96 and I think '98 too.
No, I wasn't there in '98. No chance.
Oh, he was in '96. Okay.
Maybe '96. That was like Jim Larratt's. It was like their catcher or some shit. And that Larratt's and like Girardi maybe. I don't know. But it's I don't know. There's like a thing with team chemistry that is a part of baseball that apparently every team is denying its its entire existence, and they're going strictly off of fucking PER or some bullshit like that. Some fucking random stat shit. Like, oh, if I take these stats and put it with these stats, boom, we have a good team. Meanwhile, it's like, does it always work out that way? According to the baseball world, as far as what you gain from it, Shohei Ohtani should be the best baseball player of all fucking time, right? He gives you pitching. Like, what he doesn't give you in hitting, he takes away by pitching, right? He takes away from the other team by pitching, right?
Yeah.
Logically, or theoretically speaking.
If he ever pitches.
But as far as if you ask Jordan, if I'm the manager, like, give me Freddie. Give me Freddie Freeman. And give me... I do like Spencer Strider. But I'm trying to think of a little bit more. No, it's fucking... I fucking hate the Phillies. But, what's his name, bro? Not Nola, the other one. Nola's kind of solid too. Wheeler, yeah. Where he's like, this guy is just... He's like a Roy Halladay type of shit, bro. Like, a Roy Halladay type of shit. He's like that type of, like... I just get shit done. Maybe he doesn't do it all the time, right? But he seems like he's just like a solid pitcher. Like, give me one of those and one of Freddie Freeman, and you can keep Ohtani all day and night. I'm sure your franchise will make more money in sales and jersey sales and all that shit, but we'll win games. We'll win. So it's like, I think there's like a chemistry thing about it. There's, as far as picking out personalities to make a team up, is another thing about it. It almost seems lost. There used to be a magic thing about characters and personalities, and we watched that video of Manny being Manny. Like, there's something to it. But now it's just like, what are your fucking OBS?
Yeah, they took the
What are your
they took the
stats?
swag out of the game, bro. They took the fucking human element out of it.
These stats almost feel meaningless to me. If Kyle Schwarber's on, Kyle Schwarber would have already been sent to the minor leagues if I'm coaching the fucking team. Like, you're going to the minors to learn how to make contact when you have 2 strikes, my man. Learn how to do that. You can come back, and you'll probably be like a 7-hitter. Sorry.
He's an ambush hitter, bro. He just ambushed the first strike he sees.
But, okay, Anthony, ambush hitter. Where'd you get that from, ambush hitter? Where'd you hear that term from?
These fuckers be saying that.
Oh, shit. Guess what's a thing in MLB The Show? A video game.
Ambush.
Ambush hitting. It's like, wait a minute.
Nah, yeah, it's been a thing with these fuckers.
I know, but like, are these the fucking heroes of baseball history to where you add something like ambush hitting into their fucking thing? It's like, no. So like, what? Like, why does that get marketing labeling and then used in the pop culture version of you trying to sell your fucking sport, which is video games and shit like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
ambush. Why is that a thing?
I don't know why that's the thing. Weirdo. Dweebs run this shit, bro.
Like, yo, what was Jeter's approach? What was A-Rod's approach? What was fucking Bernie's approach? What was fucking Chipper and Andrew and fucking Javi Lowe? What are these guys' approaches? Anyone asked them or just said, no, just look at their stats and that means his overall is 86 and his, like,
Yeah.
trust me, the video games go alongside with it.
Bro, they got Ohtani at 85 speed. I'm like, this guy's not that fast.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's not.
He's not that fast.
Sorry, he's not. Sorry to tell you guys. Maybe top speed, maybe? Top speed? I don't even think that either. But they're just going off stolen bases, which is a stat, right? It's not actually it's not contextual to like how fast this guy, like, is this guy Rafael Furcal? Is he Carl Crawford? Is he, like, he's not these guys, right?
Hell no.
But if you
is
exactly, but if you compare them, Anthony,
Carlos Gomez, you ain't Carlos Gomez, bro.
Carlos Gomez, yeah, exactly. So like, but if you compare them, if you compare Carlos Gomez to Ohtani, that means Carlos Gomez is 130 rated speed.
Yeah,
but they don't have that in the game, do they? They don't have that, do they? Exactly.
They took that out of the game, bro. They didn't want burners on it. They want everyone to be the same hitter.
That makes it make believe.
The NBA's like that too with the threes. They want everybody hit yo.
That's true.
You know what's funny though? They do a better job at that. They do it so well it makes their game boring. It's a fucking 40-point blowout. These guys make it boring when they are so good at striking out. The hitters are so good at striking out, it makes the game boring.
Yeah.
Like they're unbelievable at striking out.
To get back to these guys, piss me off so fucking much. I'm seeing a guy with a headphone set and a fucking whiteboard with electronic whiteboard, bro. Where's the fucking guy with the fucking fedora and cigar in his mouth? Like, that kid's got the stuff. Bring just a little bit of those guys in back end. Let's see it. Fuck it.
Gosh, on, bro.
Like, that kid's gonna be something someday. Bring that shit out.
It's they doing that. There's people doing that, bro, but they're not doing it with loving eyes. They're doing it with fucking dollar signs in their head. Like, yeah, this cattle right here.
I'm wrecked, bro.
Paper right here. Yeah, it's no more. Oh, this kid's talented, man. This kid's gonna go place. It's more, how much can this kid make me?
I just bring the magic. Listen, I don't want anyone with a fucking Fitbit analyzing baseball ever again. I don't want to see it at all. Or with a smartwatch or something. Get them away from baseball. Bring the Savages back. Let's move on. But yeah, he's just gonna. Let's hear what he says as to why
here's the thing:
happening.
you draw that line of wins left to right. In fact, let me redo that. Let me make that green. So it's no, that's not a good line. Is that a straight line? Let me try and draw a straight line there. Okay, basically the Rays and Yankees have a similar amount of wins from 2020 through 2024. but the amount of money that each team spent to get that amount of wins and put themselves in a playoff position, entirely different. So I want to make that very clear. And there's a lot of different teams in that situation of maybe how much they spend. I mean, look at the difference between the Brewers and Phillies. Phillies are a good team, but so are the Brewers. But look, Milwaukee spent a lot less money than the Phillies did over the years. The Padres, kind of the same thing. Fewer wins, but also spent a lot more money. There's different ways of doing this. I also think, too, it depends on the age and maturity of your team. If you're an up-and-coming team, you might be able to spend less, but soon after that, you're going to have to spend more once you get through the arbitration years and free agency years if you want to keep that group together and ultimately be successful.
Why does it feel like I'm riding a Peloton fucking bike? And it's one of the guys on the screen as you're riding that fucking bike thing. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking... whatever. Here we go. But, all right, just keep going. Just keep pedaling.
For a long time. But now I want to get to what I think is the most important part of this video.
I want some savage.
Where's I think a correlation between
the ball players at
and winning, and it's right here. It is this big line. Have you seen all those
teams? That's a major pause.
Right there on that arc. There's a lot of teams that make sense there. And I'll tell you what, I'll even draw a group of teams here that's unluckier right below. We'll talk about them in a second. And then maybe I'll do this in green, some teams that are overperforming right here. I'll leave the Dodgers crossed off right now. They're way out there. But you can kind of see here, there's three different groups. And it's this red group in the middle that makes the most sense to me of how much you spend kind of dictates how many games you win. Again, doesn't mean championships. Spending doesn't mean playoffs. Spending doesn't necessarily mean anything. But generally speaking, it's not a guarantee, but this is the correlation. That is the line right there. So many teams are on that big line. They prove that you kind of get what you pay for. Now, again, there are some teams like the Nats and Rockies and, the White Sox and Angels. Now, I don't know if the Angels are bad luck or if they just cannot pick the right group of players and teams to come together. But look at the Rangers and Cubs and Red Sox. And, the Mets spend a lot of money. But they're all down there in kind of this, we'll call it the unlucky area. They're blue because, they're feeling blue down there. And then up here, the teams that are in the green, they've got to be feeling good. The Guardians, the Mariners, the Brewers, even the Orioles to a certain degree. They've won fewer games than the league average, but still is not spending hardly much more than, I almost called them the Oakland A's, the Athletics, wherever they belong. Point is here, you've got the luckier than normal teams here. You've got the unlucky teams here, but you really do have right here in the middle. I'll do it in red again. That is the big line right there that shows you the relationship between spending and winning. Now, final thought here is the group on the bottom left, this bottom left quadrant right here. This is the group of teams that are not spending money and not winning games. And so what's the motivation here? If there's revenue sharing, if you're getting several hundreds of millions of dollars a year just to be a baseball team, and there's no real motivation to get over here on the spending, maybe get up here in the winning, it's too easy, I think, to camp out over here and to just make enough to get by or to make, the value of your team inflates over years. You don't have to make much money year to year.
I'm going with magnets in the baseballs because Major League Baseball does not give a fuck if any of those teams in that circle win anything. They don't care. They need the Yankees. They need the Mets. They need the Dodgers. They need the Phillies. They need the Red Sox. They need the Cubs. They need the Cardinals. They need the Giants. They need the fucking Blue Jays. And maybe a little bit of Texas. They're locked in there. They don't give a fuck about the Braves, let's be honest. They just know they'll just do, you guys will do fine. Don't worry about it. I don't care about San Diego either. But that's just my perspective. It is what it is. Here we go.
It's an asset to you. It's something you're hanging on to. You'll pass along. Or maybe you'll turn around and sell it, but the value of it is going up. You're not putting much into your team over here. And you're not spending money, and you're not winning games. Now, these teams up here, at least they're winning, I guess. At least there is some tact to it. But these teams down here, not spending, not winning across the last 4 years. And that makes me wonder, are we due, not for a salary cap, but for a salary floor, to push it so that this line here has to be a little bit farther this way. All these teams here have to be over here somewhere. Does that make sense? Does that work? Does it work like that? Do you care about that? Should we care about that for the betterment of the game? Anyway, I thought this was very interesting. Again, when I said before that winning and spending are not entirely related, they don't guarantee each other, but they are related. They do correlate. There is some sense between the two, and I think this graph right here proves it. Thanks to Brooksgate, always making...
Yeah, shut up. Brody Brazil. But YouTube. But don't talk about it. Dude, send him to the NBA, please. Send him to the NBA or NFL or something. He's got 8 soundboards over here and switches and shit. He's got his own engineering boards. I don't want to see it.
He covers all of them.
Oh, good. Tell him to just stop talking about baseball forever. I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear about stats and winning versus blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. We need to go back to the core essence of the game of baseball. Guess what? Spending is not the core essence. That was a natural historical thing that happened, and the Yankees become the evil empire because they spend money to fucking win games. Like, oh, it became that, like the legend grew. You need that again, which is based on players, great players, not marketable players. Those guys usually get shit on, like A-Rod did for years and years in the fucking playoffs. Like, boo! Eric got fucking booed all the fucking time for not performing during the biggest games. Because the main goal is to win a title. Fuck. Let's nuke it and start over from the beginning, bro. Straight up. Find people in love with the game, not in love with stats, or they know how to make money out of it, or they're good at Instagram posting. Get those fools out of here. Go back to the game. Otherwise, I'll just watch from the far, far, far away if I watch it all, personally. Or if the Braves are in the World Series. But, all right. Anything else you want to say, Anthony? I don't know why I'm talking about baseball. I don't know why you keep recommending these fucking videos. But here I am. Here for it, apparently.
Season hasn't even started.
It is what it is. All right. There's your reaction to... let's be real. Major League Baseball exploiting children. And then, hey, this guy showing how the league is exploited by children. They exploit children. Now it's exploited by children. As in, they're adults, but their mentality is childlike to me. There's your reaction. There you go.